tired of all the noise and speculation in the news? On Hard Fact, we cut through the clutter and get straight to the truth.
If only Fubra has been aware of the boo-boo trap, he would have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We go beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing good will come out. What did they promise? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts' interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
It's a brand new week and we're excited because you are here and you are listening to the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. And we are broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Timmy and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Facts and I'm Maryann Okon. Welcoming you all, those who are listening to us on our mobile application from wherever in the world, we welcome you to the show. Those of you who are listening from your stereo, we appreciate you. And those in the car, you know, we love you for always tuning in. But you can join us also live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. You can join us on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Join the conversation. We're live on both platforms and we would love to hear from you. So this is the big three for, well, it's the big weekend because, you know, the weekend, like I always say, is always pregnant with a lot of stories. And what we do is just, you know, deliver these stories to you on a Monday. And naturally, we'll bring you big three stories every other day of the week. But on the weekends, we gather as many stories as possible and bring you the big weekend. So we're starting off with that. And these are stories that are trending on social media because you're talking about it. And so it's trending. These are stories that are making headlines on our national dailies and the ones that we are also talking about here on our news bulletins in the studio. And so these are stories that you obviously will be interested in, and that's why we call it the big weekend. We will move from there, obviously, and take you to Checkpoint. On Mondays, we check in with you Lagosians as you commute and, like I like to say, Chabados, crisscross the city. We'll talk to you about that. And on the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking about leadership in this country. All our past presidents and the ones that take over from them, the succession triangle, and the fact that there's this cycle of, you know, retrogression per se, where, you know, the last guy was worse, but the one that comes is just worse than the one that left. Why do we have that trajectory? My guest will be joining us on the 5 o'clock hour to analyze our problems. But welcome to the show. Let's get into the business of the day, starting with the big stories, and we're trying to find out exactly what are they.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the big three stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first. This is Hard Facts.
Welcome to the big weekend stories on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's look at the big stories for today, shall we? Let's start with the Daily Trust newspaper. 15 months after, EFCC yet to release probe report on Edu And Sadiya. That's Betta Edu and Sadiya. I'll give you some background into that story. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is yet to release the report of its investigations into the alleged fraud cases involving the former Ministers of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk and Betta Edu. Now, Daily Trust is asking, obviously, why the delay? The investigations, which were launched 15 months ago, also involved former coordinator of the National Social Investment Program Agency, Halima Shehu, and a contractor called James Okwete. Now, this is just as the EFCC said the investigations were still ongoing. Over 30 billion naira was said to have been recovered by the EFCC and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, from 50 bank accounts linked to the ministry when Edu and Sadiya held sway. So the big question is, what's happening? We're yet to get to the bottom of it. Why is it taking too long? Has that track gone cold? Let's move away from that. Still staying with the Daily Trust newspaper, Kwankwaso's political future in limbo as defections rock NNPP and Kwankwasiyya movement. Now, this is not just something that's peculiar to the NNPP. This is a problem that the PDP is going through. This is the problem that the Labour Party is going through. This is a problem that APGA is going through. It's I don't know the word to use to describe the. It's a topsy-turvy. Yes, that's the word. It's all of these parties seem to be in some sort of a topsy-turvy. And then there's this new wave of crisscrossing, which always obviously happens every now and again, especially when it's gradually getting into campaign season and then people are beginning to change alliances or rethink their alliances. We see these things happen every now and again. And that's because we live in a country where political parties have no ideology whatsoever. And so these things are seen to be happening. But in Kwankwaso's case, there have been rumors, of course, that the leader of the party may be cross-capiting to the APC. Now, the Daily Trust newspaper says the new Nigeria People's Party in Kano and its ideological subgroup, the Kwankwasiyya movement, are now facing a political storm as a wave of defections reshapes the landscape. At the center of the uncertainty of the party's 2023 presidential candidate, the national leader, Senator Robiu Kwankwaso, whose political fate now hangs in the balance. The latest blow to the NNPP came when the Senator Abdurrahman Kawu Sumaila, who represents Kano South, I beg your pardon, also, although he has not formally declared that he's moving, but he's through his social media posts featuring a photo with Bola Ahmed Tinubu and recent meeting with Umar Ganduje, the national chairman of the APC. Many of his constituents are suggesting that he might be moving to the APC. So then what happens to the Kwankwasiyya movement? Is he going to move to the APC? Is Kwankwaso going to move to the APC as his party is deteriorating under him? What is his political fate? Let's move away from Kwankwaso to the Vanguard newspaper, where there's an outrage as the World Bank put out a report on poverty in Nigeria. There's something that we say in the streets now today. Well, the World Bank's verdict on Nigeria's poverty level has attracted widespread outcry, with some interest groups demanding urgent action to avoid a poverty-induced economic meltdown. The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, and the World Bank at the just concluded 2025 spring meetings in Washington, D.C., the United States of America, painted a gloomy picture of Nigeria's economic outlook in the short and medium term. Among the highlights was the downgrading of the country's economic growth forecast, with an indication that the country's economic policy reforms are largely ineffective, underline, ineffective, in addressing inclusive growth. The institutions ended with a declaration that poverty rate in the country would increase by 2027. Are you worried? And finally, let's bring it home to Lagos, because we cannot but talk about our own constituency. There was a bridge incident. Engineers are seeking enforcement of speed limits against heavy duty vehicles. You saw that terrible accident where a truck had an accident on the what's that bridge called? Well, let's start by saying that the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE Keja branch, yesterday called on the Lagos State government and the road safety agencies to enforce compliance with speed limits and the installation of speed limit devices, especially for heavy-duty vehicles on roads and bridges across the state. The chairman of the branch of the Nimot Muli made the call while expressing the association's concerns over a truck that lost control and fell off the Penn Cinema Bridge in Agege on Saturday. Muli expressed this deep concern over the accident involving a fully loaded truck with registration number GGE 624YJ, which resulted in severe injuries to the driver and damage to 2 commercial buses. She highlighted the urgent need for stringent enforcement of road safety standards and added that there was a need for an immediate inspection of the Penn Cinema Bridge to assess the repair and potential damage to maintain its integrity and safety. You see, my biggest problem in Lagos is that there are no alternative routes. For example, we come and go only on Lekki Ekpe. There's no, if something were to happen, like what happened that day, we're all just stuck. There are no alternatives. And if they decide to close that Penn Bridge now and say, oh, let's fix it, traffic is diverted to someplace else and it's just going to be a total mess. But can we learn lessons from every other situation that we've had? I wanted to sometime in the future have a conversation about that Otedola Bridge, because that Otedola Bridge is known as a death trap these days as opposed to what it's supposed to be known for. And we've had over the years several accidents and all kinds of mishaps on that Otedola Bridge. Can Lagos learn from the mistakes of the past and try to correct them? I know the question will come back to me, say, yeah, the essay to the governor. Am I the governor? But on a serious note, can we learn lessons, especially with speed limits? Today I was coming to work and there was this tiny traffic jam, at Lekki Phase 1 gate. And guess what? The last mile official was tired because the sun was hot. So he sat down somewhere. And the lights are not working. Have you noticed so many traffic lights have not been working around this axis? And the guy just sat somewhere. When he saw that the jam was going to cause a terrible accident, he now came back from where he was sat and then decided to control the traffic. I really don't understand Lagos, really. Anyway, the phone lines are open. Let's talk Lagos. 0201-277-0993. This is Hard Facts, and I'm Maryann Okon. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. On X, use the hashtag Hard Facts when you're tweeting at us. On WhatsApp, it's 0809-5975-805. You can join the conversation if you're a lady. 0201-465-7190. For the ladies, 0201-465-7190. If you are male, 0201-277-0993. Join the conversation. 60 seconds is all you have. Please turn off your radio because I don't want to tell you that. Hello.
Good afternoon, Maryann Okon.
Yes, Pastor Ladipo.
This is Pastor Ladipo from Orile in Sarigomo.
I know. Go ahead, please.
Maryann, about the poverty or whatever the IMF or those people are saying. Mm-hmm. You see, those of us inside, we are the only one experiencing it now. Were you not in this same country when an essay of the president who studied economics said that even with $10 you cannot buy anything outside the country except in Nigeria here? You see, our people have not believed that things are the way it is now, because some of them are still getting some stipends from government. That is, by the way, for me, I think the way forward is that let all of us begin to just cut our boat according to the materials available.
Okay.
That will go a long way to help us.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ladipo, for calling. I do appreciate it. 0201-277-0993. That's the number to call. 60 seconds is all you have. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, how are you? This will be calling from Ikeja.
Hi, Obi. Good afternoon. Go ahead, please.
Maryann, Happy New Year. New Year, my sister. How are you doing? Long time.
Same to you.
Maryann, sincerely speaking, I'm not worried about defection of politicians. I'll be worried if Nigerians defectuate this. Thank you very much.
It would be. Thank you very very funny. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Yeah, Rapuruchku is my name.
Go ahead. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Poverty, the World Bank, rated of we are poor. That is good. I mean, that is exactly. The economy is so bad.
Are we really poor, or this is self-induced?
I don't hear you. You say?
Are we really poor, or is this self-induced?
Exactly. The economy is so bad. Then what are you saying? Of course, we are poor. The economy is so bad because where people cannot eat balanced diet. I mean, they cannot really eating pancana and water in the morning, drinking garri in the evening. What do you think of that? Is it not poverty, coupled with the fact that challenge with so many battling with so many challenges, health challenges and this, that, especially this time around, this administration is so bad. I'm afraid the next pandemic will have this part of the world, that of Kwakwaso. It's already affecting children and adults. Yes.
Thank you for calling.
If something is not done, because the people are afraid.
Thank you very much, Rapri. Your time is up. Thank you so much for calling. 60 seconds. We want to keep to the time. I have one more minute before I go on a quick break. 0201 277 0993 0201 465 7190. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Maryann. My name is Mazude.
Mazude, how are you doing?
Yeah, Maryann, I think in this our country today, all the things that happen, opposite bad now good law. All the things that playing us right now is good thing that's going to give Nigerians, even Nigeria will, do something beautiful for themselves. Know that the right thing is to be honest. Then they start talking about it and fighting about it, not even talking. Please get everybody has to invest in food. Through Democracy Day, everybody should, whatever you get, invest there. To enable us to contact these very people. Whatever they invest, you too invest. Okay. You are keeping money to buy another plane. Buy motor. They are investing to keep on taking care, be on top of you. So we need to invest to make sure, at least we need to be free from this country.
All right. Thank you, Mazude, for calling. We're going to go on a quick break, Lagos. We'll be right back on the other side. Stay with us.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Mom's love is pure. She does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's gonna be right. Cheers you up. Mom tastes too. Nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil. Tasty. Golden Terra oil. Nourishing. Golden Terra oil. Golden Terra soya oil. Golden Terra oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra oil. Pour pure love.
But why? No, see, say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal.
Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Live auditions for Fan Battle 4 are on Saturday, May the 10th from 10 a.m. at Nigeria Info Studios, 267A at Tim Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Go for gold, Terra Gold.
rich, consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
1 cube. Endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The big weekend.
It's the big weekend. Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. In case you're just joining us, these are the stories that we're looking at from on the big weekend today. 15 months later, EFCC yet to release the probe reports on Betta Edu And Sadiya. Kwankwaso's political future in limbo as defections rock the NNPP and Kwankwasiyya movement. And of course, outrage as World Bank reports on poverty in Nigeria. And finally, of course, then the cautions to the Lagos State government on the bridge incident. Engineers are saying that government should seek enforcement of speed limits against heavy-duty vehicles. We're talking about the issue of poverty. Here's a former deputy leader of the APC who's been very, very well, he actually was, when he started having problems within the APC, he was still a member of the APC. He criticized heavily the Buhari administration and now criticizing heavily the Tinubu government. And here is a conversation he had on television, and this video is courtesy of Channels Television. Listen carefully to the words that he has to say and why he holds the opinion that he holds. Take a listen.
July 2023. When I saw the direction after the subsidy is gone, declaration, and then the exchange rate, I wrote an open letter to Aswaju where I talk of disturbing signals. I don't hide my feeling. And the why there were disturbing signals was that critical decisions were taken without any clearly spelled out plan on how to manage the consequences of those decisions and convert them to advantages for the people and for the country. And we are on a roller coaster. I have said that severally. Because as far as I can see now, he's in denial. He beat his chest and people in government beat their chest. He is courageous. He has taken wonderful decisions. What is wonderful decision about withdrawing subsidy and floating the exchange rate without a clearly visible economic plan that will guarantee production activity in the country and ensure that people are earning better livelihood? Now, for me, I waited up to around July last year before I declare that no. Because I found out that he has insulated himself. Even within the party, nobody is having access to him. And that is not the kind of progressive leader I thought he is. And by my own estimation, I have said so several times, that was not the way he ran Lagos.
Certainly.
I have said that several times. Certainly. Now, for you to even expect anything wonderful to happen before May 2027, I will say you are a dreamer. I will wish you luck in your dream. But if it happens, it will be a pleasant surprise. For me, I have reached the conclusion, I don't think anything good is going to come out, and which is why we have to start organizing. I am optimistic, I have said so. This country can be fixed in our lifetime. And I pray to God
and that's what
to give us the strength and the courage to engage our leaders. Our leaders are human beings.
Absolutely.
My argument, which drive me to keep engaging leaders, is that being human, they also need support. They need people to guide them.
Does the Asiwaju leadership need guidance? But he made very interesting points. He's saying that if you have hopes that the economy will get better before 2027, that you might be a dreamer. Do you agree? 0201-277-0993. That's the number for you to call. 0201-465-7190. 080-959-75805 is WhatsApp. Send us your messages. We would love to hear from you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mrs.
Good afternoon. Go ahead, please.
So, you asked a question just now about Betta Edu and Sadiya. Maryann, the last time I checked, they were still in APC. So anybody that is in APC, as long as you are under the umbrella of APC, even if you are a sinner, you are Christian, a saint. So if you are asking if their cases have gone cold, I'd rather say their cases have gone dead, because I don't see how that case would be revived again. Like the money is in their hands to be collected. Oh, Maryann, forget that one supposed to law. On this last voice note you played now, the man made some salient points. But is the APC willing to be salvaged, or have they told you they have come to take care of Nigerians? No. Do they need advice? No. They know what they are doing. They just want Nigerians to wriggle in abject poverty and be subservient. So that they can use that as a weapon in 2027.
Thank you.
But the time is coming. All these things they are planning will certainly not work.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Mr. Bully. 60 seconds is all you have. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Peter Monsa is my name from Shomolu.
Go ahead.
Now, Maryann, not only Edu, what of Yaya Bello? He's in APC. What of the man that packed dollars into his Babariga? He's still in APC. All of them, tell me the one of them that does not carry the load of alleged corruption, and you expect that the corruption will be checked. I just want to ask this question, Maryann. With the gloomy picture that IMF or World Bank is painting on Nigeria, is it those poor people that will retain the person that is impoverishing them? That the Tinubu administration, all Nigerians poor. Is it those people that would still vote for Tinubu to remain in power? We will know whether there will be election or there will be selection. Let that time come. We will start campaign as they have started. I don't think we should retain stability. God will help us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God is not a politician. FYI. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Obonino Peter from Shangotedu.
Go ahead, Peter.
Let me react to the issue of former humanitarian ministers. You know, something you had EFCC on your show, and I reacted, and my question was, I see EFCC as a toothless bulldog. Why? Because see all these corruption cases. We've not seen tangent prosecution. We've not seen tangent people that are taken to the jails. You are talking about Betta Edu. Now look at the same APC during PMB. Babachir Lawal, 200 million for grass cut. What has happened to today? That dispensation has gone. Look like that's why Adam Soshomole says, if you have sin, come to APC, your sins will be forgiven. And that is the way we see Nigeria. Good afternoon.
All right. Thank you, Peter, for calling. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. I'm so sorry. Do call me back. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you
calling from? Are we surprised? Ordinary Maliko. I was waiting to defect, but we've not concluded with our arrangement of settlement. So when we conclude, we will defect. Maryann, most of us that are talking, on the day of election, you will see what will happen. Edo, on those states, were they not hunger, were they not suffering? Who won the election? even though it's by crook or by hook, somebody won. By the time we are ready, they will not rig or hook the election.
When will you be ready? When will you be ready?
I'm not ready, but don't say to me I go defect.
Okay, so but you're waiting for other people to be ready, Abby.
No, they were negotiating. But I don't get to that bend and they don't give me small. I don't defect. Maryann, EFCC is just wearing the cloth of government. Once another party takes over, they will move that cloth and wear that party's clothes. That is how we are in Nigeria. We shouldn't argue about it. Betta Edu or the other woman, nothing will happen. Then for the spokesman of the president, World Bank has spoken. He should come and give his own comment now. Good afternoon.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I want to go quickly to social media. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. You could also be part of the conversation on YouTube, Nigeria Info. Post your comments. We'd like to read from you on Facebook and on YouTube. Let me start with X and then I'll walk my way back to Facebook and YouTube and WhatsApp. On X, Joy Forever says, if you join APC, your sins are forgiven and forgotten. So Edu and Sadiya are sinless before the APC. Most traffic lights on Lekki Ekpe axis not working, and most times last man not on duty. World Bank is just saying rhetorics about poverty level. People are selling their children to feed. Now, wow. Estelle Bolly, okay, she had already called us, so all right, this is from Ogie from Ibeju. He says, Maryann, outrage over World Bank's report. There is no guarantee that Nigeria can get out of poverty, of the poverty embraced with the current clueless leaders and wasteful spenders of Nigeria's resources. Nigeria is in coma. Winter will be long. Unfortunately, we don't have winter. All right, let me go to WhatsApp quickly. Many messages coming in. John here is saying, you don't read my messages. John, you didn't send me a message. You just sent me a complaint. Sorry about that. Olushoga from Odonla in Ikorodu says, President Tinubu and the APC are doing everything in their power to achieve a one-party system, bringing the nation into a total state capture. The Nigerian people must resist this form of anarchy and not remain docile. Are they ready? Because I just asked Malik now. He's waiting to defect too. Emmanuel from Festac says, you can see the Senate President has aligned with the World Bank in his words. Poverty is not a crime, it's a virtue. Our leaders are just wasting our human capital. Let them open a YouTube channel to monetize these premium contents they are dishing out every week. At least it will add to our GDP. Emeka Moses here in Lagos says, good afternoon. If Nigerians begin to cut their costs according to their clothes, what type of fashion will we be wearing? Nakedness. Polytechnic of naked. This one's from Michael in Saboyaba. He says, good afternoon. This poverty is definitely self-induced, as I do not think we had ever had it this bad, say, since 1999. But Onanuga and the host of media aides under the presidency will not respond to this one simply because they know they will always approach the IMF and the World Bank for their endless and dubious loans. Whoa, God bless the Federal Republic, he says. Yami from Maryann here says, concerning the reports of the World Bank on poverty rate in Nigeria, I see it as a self-induced poverty and economic persecution. Our leaders are living extravagant, money misroad, and I don't care lifestyle. This is the result of wrong people on the corridors of power, people without vision. Please tell them traffic lights at Maryann here malfunctioning. It can cause accidents. What the traffic lights everywhere is not working, Mr. Governor, sir. Good afternoon. This one here says, Namdi from Ipaja says, Nigeria is not a poor country, as these Westerners like IMF and the World Bank would suggest. We only have the problem of poor resource management. Meanwhile, the IMF and the likes have no moral right to tell us how poor we are, because they're part of the problem. Nigeria and the so-called developing countries have. They induced our leaders in the 80s to devalue our naira. Up until now, they're still manipulating our leaders in a way that keeps our country continually dependent on the West. This is from Aya. Aya says, Maryann, our traffic laws very weak. It is only in Nigeria that you see trucks committing carnage and no prosecution. The level of poverty is really alarming. Politicians care less because it is weapons to get votes by sharing 1 kg rice palliative. Steve from Ijaniki here says the World Bank and other institutions are just kind in placing us where they did in the level of poverty index. The level of insincerity and greed with the so-called leaders presently is what we have never had in the whole of Africa. So no one should be surprised about the level of poverty and sufferings in the citizenry. And please stop wasting time talking about the defections of the ruling party. Otherwise, it's of no positive relevance to our polity, except if anyone can point to me the difference between the PDP and the APC and other parties. Please, second base Jare. I've got 11 minutes on the clock and we're still looking at the big stories from the weekend. 15 months later, well, I've not heard. Where's the investigation about Betta Edu and Sadiya? What's happening? Has that trail gone cold? Why now? Well, having the EFCC join us on Wednesday on the 5 o'clock hour, so all the questions we asked there. Kwankwaso's political future in limbo as defections rock the NNPP. What is the political fate of Robiu Musa Kwankwaso? And of course, outrage over World Bank's reports on poverty in Nigeria. Is there any respite somewhere in the radar, or on a diary day so? And finally, of course, the Lagos Bridge incident, engineers are asking the government to seek some sort of reinforcement on speed limits and just, take care of the roads, man. 0201277093. That's the number for you to call. 0201-465-7190 if you are a lady. And you can join the conversation on WhatsApp 08095975805, or you could join the conversation on X. Use the hashtag Hard Facts. I'd like to hear from you. Back to the phone lines. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Sorry, Otilo. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon.
Turn off your radio. All right, turn off your radio and call me back. It's the grand law on this show. You turn off your radio before you call. Don't say when she picks it, I will turn it off. No. Once you start dialing, turn it off. Okay? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
This is Samson calling from Ogun State.
Go ahead.
You see, for Buhari to rule for 8 years in this country successfully, and this man come and take over, I'm not sure this country has a very great future, Because we Nigerians are supposed to kick the man out in the first place, Buhari, and this very man that removed the subsidy, that put Nigerians into confusion. How can we be accepting all these kind of leaders to be ruling us? We are the one causing it for ourselves, not them. We have the chance, we have the right to kick them out. But no one can come out to talk, except in the radio. That was just my contribution.
All right, thank you very much for calling. He literally just said that you're all jelly-livered. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Mary Ann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Joy from Iba. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, Joy. Go ahead, please.
My contribution. The World Bank is telling us that our poverty at rent is coming high. Why shouldn't we'll continue, our leaders will continue to borrow and borrow and borrow? The poor people are suffering it. Children are no longer going to school. Parents cannot be able to feed their children. Pashoka is on the way. Pashoka is coming.
Okay.
Parents cannot, the people that are doing business cannot be able to do their business. Then there's 70,000 naira for minimum wage. Have they paid it? Government have they paid that money? And they are after themselves, their family. They don't care whether people are dying, people are living. They don't care.
Thank you very much for calling.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maria.
All right, let's read some more messages. We'll come back to the phone lines. I'm not going to tell anybody anything. You know what to do when you call. This one says, Asiwaju is a superhuman, infallible, always on point. Whether he fumbles or wobbles as his accursed supporters and loyalists will want us to believe. Tinubu understands the role of money in politics and he's using it maximally. And at whose expense, Adetola? Comment Godfrey here says, Maryann, permit me to differ slightly with the man that said anyone who's hoping that anything good will come from this government is dreaming. I'm saying that the person is not just dreaming, but is Nkemo called Mugu, is who Nkemo called Mugu in his song. Nigeria is presently in the ICU by all standards and economic indices. Okay, Comment Godfrey. This one here says, I'm tired of Nigeria's matter. We continue to discuss the same issue every day without solutions. So what are you going to do about it? Huh? Okay. This one says, let them pray that Showore does not make it to presidency, because if he does, many people will cry blood. Personally, I'm super ready. Teeth for teeth. No coming to polling unit until I mount guard. Now you savvy. This one says, I love what you're doing. We don't have any WhatsApp group Friday, but thank you for sending us a message. Mama here says, well, when will Nigerians be happy about the information about their country? I don't know. Moses Emeka here from Lagos says, if you want your political sins forgiven, then join the APC. There are many political sinners, so they want to join the APC so they don't die with their political sins. And for poverty, with these type of political leaders, poverty has come to stay. Do they have anything to offer? Not just to fulfill their personal ambitions. The speed limits in our roads are the political class part of this limit. Emeka, this question you're asking me, how am I supposed to answer? 020127709993. That's the number for you to call. This person here is Jaye from Otta says, I've moved out of Lagos to a rural area. The economy affects every region. I've sold my fan, my laptop to feed. Considering poverty in Nigeria, everyone is just eating anything available. I can no longer have a relationship. I can no longer visit loved ones. I can't live a normal life. I hope we don't start eating grass. Let me just play that audio again from the APC chieftain on the issue of poverty and the economy. He says that anybody who's hoping that something will change come 2027 might just be a joker.
2023. When I saw the direction after the subsidy is gone, declaration, and then the exchange rate, I wrote an open letter to Asuwaju where I talk of disturbing signals. I don't hide my feeling. And the disturbing, why there were disturbing signals, was that critical decisions were taken without any clearly spelled out plan on how to manage the consequences of those decisions and convert them to advantages for the people and for the country. And we are on a roller coaster. I have said that severally. Because as far as I can see now, he's in denial. He beat his chest and people in government beat their chest. He is courageous. He has taken wonderful decision. What is wonderful decision about withdrawing subsidy and floating the exchange rate without a clearly visible economic plan that will guarantee production activity in the country and ensure that people are earning better livelihood? Now, for me, I waited up to around July last year before I declared that no. Because I found out that he has insulated himself. Even within the party, nobody is having access to him. And that is not the kind of progressive leader I thought he is. And by my own estimation, I have said so several times, that was not the way he ran Lagos.
Certainly.
I have said that several times. Certainly. Now, for you to even expect anything wonderful to happen before May 2027, I will say you are a dreamer. I will wish you luck in your dream. But if it happens, it will be a pleasant surprise.
Sadly.
For me, I have reached the conclusion I don't think anything good is going to come out, and which is why we have to start organizing. I am optimistic. I have said so. This country can be fixed in our lifetime. And I pray to God.
And that's what
to give us the strength.
Everybody's resorting to prayer, but how much can that get us? Is God really a politician? Can he save us? Or maybe we need to save ourselves, because maybe he's given us everything we need to save ourselves, but we just do not want to save ourselves. You're my last caller. Hello.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yes. This is Nathaniel calling from Lekki.
Go ahead.
Yes. I am been listening to you. You're doing a very good job. See, with the kind of country we live in, okay, the thing is that nobody should expect anything to change for the better. Until we, the electorate, those who go out to vote, until we go out, okay, and come about it with the same struggle, the same energy that these politicians goes out to rig elections or more, we cannot change anything in this country. You're just talking about Betta Edu's issues. Nothing will come out. EFCC, you're expecting EFCC to investigate them and then tell us what they actually recover from them with the play. That's just it. If this thing has been happening, the thing is that we've been listening to issues and issues. How many times we Nigerians, okay, sit back and watch about it? So the thing is that until we stand up for ourselves, nothing will happen. We continue to read and just listen to them. That is just it.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. I'm going to go for a break. It's just a 1 minute break, but when we come back, how many of you remember Kwakwaso is a very ardent Tinubu supporter? Well, there's a video that's been trending of him saying he will not support Tinubu's second tenure. Trouble in paradise? We'll be right back. It's still 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon, and the program is Hard Facts.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.